Welcome student in today's online section of subject industrial hydraulics and pneumatics. Today we are going to see another concept of this chapter, which is advantages of fluid power system, and also we are going to see the basic components and the actual diagram or layout of this hydraulic system. Okay. So what is the advantages of this hydraulic power system or fluid power system is that it is easy in conveyance, means here the forces transfer from one point to another very easily. Okay. Fluid power system are simple and it is easy to operate and can be controlled accurately. Complete energy can be transmitted through piping, tubing. Mechanical linkages are not involved in this system. Then second advantage is that large actuating force is achieved here. According to the Pascal's law, small force applied at one end of the fluid can be replicated several times to obtain a very large force, which is used in industrial applications. Then it is the surface lubrication and cooling properties of fluid power system. No lubrication is required here. It will act as a self lubrication. It is extremely smooth and jerk free motion could be achieved here. The fluid power system is compact and simple. It is small in size as compared to the work transmitted, force transmitted, power transmitted. It is compact, means it is small in size. Fluid power system has low weight to power ratio. Then control of fluid is very easy here. The fluid power system can be used where safety is of vital importance. Then it has less noisy operations. Then advantages of this hydrostatic drives are it avoids the mechanical linkages or linkages such as belt, pulley, chains. No linkage is required between the power pack to the actuator. It transmits power through to end without a linkage. Such linkages we use in the belt, pulley, chain, but here no linkage is required. Here breakdown reduces and the production increases. The design of construction is easy, simple and compact. This automated and safety are possible to avoid accident and increase the production rate. Modification is easily implemented, means these devices are portable. Vibration, noise, wear and tear are reduced. Then maintenance and serving lubrication is simple. Very precise speed control is achieved. Okay, system will start working again once the load is reduced. It is very flexible in nature. It creates a huge amount of force. Then here are some disadvantages. This working fluid is necessary, means leakage problem arises, then system will stop working. It is not economical for large distance, means if you want to transmit power for large distance, then it is not be economical. Then here we are going to see the basic components of this hydraulic system. Okay. This hydraulic system are power transmitting assemblies employs pressurized fluid as a fluid for transmitting energy from an energy generating source or energy using point to the accomplish useful work. Here what is happening, from this accumulator or from this oil tank, this fluid is transmitted to the actuator, where this energy of this hydraulic oil is uses to get the actual useful mechanical work here. So here are some basic components you can see. First important component is reservoir. Then this is another important component, which is pump. Third important component is direction control valve, and fourth important component is the actuator or cylinder. Cylinder have two stroke extension and retraction. Here this filter, then pressure relief valve, and these are the extra accessories to improve the performance or for to have the safety of this system. We are going to use these excess accessories and mountings. Okay. Then how this actual hydraulic system structure looks like with the symbol. Here you can see this is the reservoir. From this reservoir, pump is connected between the direction control valve and this reservoir. Pumps the fluid from this reservoir and convert it into the high pressure. This high pressure oil is then sent to the actuator here via direction control valve. Direction control valve is used to alter the direction of this fluid so that the strokes such as extension and retraction are achieved there. Then this is having a flow control valve. This flow control valve is just to control the quantity of fluid which is going inside the actuator here. Okay, this is the symbolic presentation and this is the actual presentation. Here you can see this pressure relief. We will see this working of the pressure relief valve and other valves in brief as we proceed the syllabus further. The primary tasks of this hydraulic system. Primary task is the power transmission, pressure and motion transmission, then signal transmission for control. Then secondary task is of lubrication of rotating and translating components to avoid friction and wear. Then heat transport away from the location of the heat generation, usually into the reservoir. Transport of particles to the filters. Then protection of surface from chemical attack, especially corrosion. Then hydraulic fluid requirement. Functional good lubrication requirements of the hydraulic fluid. The first requirement of this hydraulic fluid is that it should be a good lubricating. It should have a good lubricating characteristics. Viscosity should not depend strongly on the temperature and pressure. Means viscosity should be remains independent on the temperature and pressure, as the temperature and pressure in the system varies from point to point. Then it should have good heat conductivity. Then it should have low expansion coefficient. Then it should be economical, having low price, and slow aging and thermal and chemical stability for the long period. These are the requirements of this hydraulic fluid. And safety, it should have high flash point in certain cases. Then it should be chemical neutral, should not react with this material of the system. Then low air dissolving capacity. Then it should be environment friendly. No environment harm should be done from this hydraulic fluid, and no toxic effect should be produced. Here are some important properties of this hydraulic oil which should be considered while selection of the selecting the hydraulic oil of this hydraulic system. Then mass density important, then weight density, weight of liquid per unit volume, it is also important factor to select the hydraulic oil. Then specific or relative gravity, then compressibility, it is ability to get compressed. Then viscosity, dynamic viscosity, kinematic viscosity, all these are the important functions which needs to be considered while selecting the hydraulic oil for the hydraulic system. Then flash point, fire resistance, safety, gravity, oxidation, stability, lubricity, they are the important properties. Here again the same is explained. Oil should be incompressible. Then oil should have sufficient lubricating properties. Oil should have sufficient viscosity index. Oil should be chemically stable. I already explained all these properties before also. Here these properties of this again listing the same: good lubricity, stable viscosity characteristic, good heat dissipation, good lubricity. Then the components in the hydraulic system contain many surfaces which are in close contact, which moves in relation with each other. The hydraulic fluid must separate and lubricate such surfaces. Good heat dissipation is required to keep the system cool. So our hydraulic oil should have the good heat dissipation capacity. Flash point means the point at which the flash of the oil start burning. If the flash point is low, then system will catch the fire. But if the flash point is high, then system will be run safely at high temperature also. Then low foaming tendency, if the if the oil produces more foam, then system will not work properly. So low foaming tendency is preferred while selecting the hydraulic oil. Then fire resistance. This fire resistance is one of the property that is optional in good unstable hydraulic fluid. The commonly used hydraulic liquid are petroleum derivatives, and consequently they burn vigorously once they pass the point. For critical application, artificial and synthetic hydraulic fluids are used. Then stable viscosity characteristics. I already told you that stable viscosity characteristics means viscosity should remain independent on the temperature and pressure. It should prevent the rust formation. Then it should be non-toxic and friendly to the atmosphere. Then in the next section we will see about this pneumatic system, components of this pneumatic system, the comparison. We will see this in the next section.